Hey comic book fans, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0, and fans, you're back with me, Mike Spider Slayer, getting ready to do that all-important comic book review so you, the fans, can make a decision on what comic books to buy. And today, fans, we're going to be talking about Superman, issue number 48. That's right, guys. Pretty cool cover, as you get to see Superman holding a big chunk of kryptonite, and it's flowing through his veins and everything else, and it was a pretty awesome cover. The interior artwork is really nicely done, and it's very much improved since John Romita Jr. is no longer doing the actual artwork in this book, as we get to see this cyborg or whatnot called the Puzzler come into play. We get to see pretty good facial expressions in there, as Steve Trevor and Clark obviously are in this book. Two-page spread that sees the underground base of where Steve Trevor is, and I think it's Argus. And then we get to see this one page here where we get to see this Puzzler robot going after Superman here. So that was really nicely done. So what did I think about this actual story this time around? And it seems like now we're getting really close to getting the Superman that we all know and love back. So we'll find out what happens. So in this issue, we get to see them kind of poking fun at Donald Trump in the presidential debate, as we get to see that there was a topic coming up about Superman, and there was supposed to be, I guess, kind of poking fun at Donald Trump in this issue, and the way he takes, and their question was, well, what's your take on the Superman controversy? And this guy goes, well, I've built multiple businesses that are doing super with the very few exceptions, and I'm myself am tremendously super tremendously. So they're obviously poking fun at Donald Trump in this issue, and I thought that was kind of hilarious here. In the meantime, we get to see this assassin by the name of Kingslayer, who's going after the presidential candidates in the issue. And when things were kind of going south for Steve Trevor, Superman happened to be in the area to save the day for him because he wanted to ask him a favor. There's this actual theory that when he talks to Steve Trevor after arresting the Kingslayer and whatnot, he talks to Steve Trevor and he says that the kryptonite can cleanse my body. It acts as chemotherapy, where he has cells in his body that would recharge the solar power within his body are no longer working. So in order for that to happen again, he feels that he has to cleanse his body out, like radiation or chemotherapy, and kryptonite is the key on doing that, even though it risks that it could kill him. So after Steve Trevor agrees to do this, we wind up seeing the villain come into play in this particular story. And again, it had to do with Hoarder Root and his brother, and trying to make him into some cyborg by the name of the Puzzler there. We wind up seeing that his brother wanted to be 100% inside this robot's body, but Hoarder Root, for some reason, did not grant him that wish, but he still sent the robot out to destroy Superman because he knows he's trying to get his powers back. So once Steve Trevor goes into Hawaii, site of the Argus archive, they wind up going beneath the ground, and their mission here was to, yes, go and expose him to the kryptonite, because Steve Trevor has a ton of kryptonite on site. And not only is it huge, but it's like this whole refrigerator full of kryptonite. And as soon as they open it up to expose Clark to it, he's like, whoa, man, I can barely stand. Then he falls to the ground. And Steve Trevor's like, man, this is crazy. This is killing you. And he's like, no, but I got to do this. I have to do it no matter what. Don't take me away. Then you wind up seeing this Puzzler cyborg go after Steve Trevor and Superman, trying to kill him. And Steve Trevor does whatever he can to save Superman's life. The robot was just about to take him out. And as he gets more and more exposed to this kryptonite, you can see in the issue that Clark gets weaker and weaker. He's like basically just skin and bones at this point. And Steve Trevor doesn't hesitate. And Clark is amazed by how Steve Trevor is just not even thinking about things. But as he gets more radiated, Superman feels that this radiation treatment is kind of working for him. He says he feels hunger, so he feels that it's working, and so he says, just shove me in there. And he does. He shoves him in there, and they're going to protect him until he gets better. So what did I think about this particular issue? I thought it was pretty good. I never ever thought what would bring Clark's powers back is the very thing that could kill him. I think that's pretty crazy to think that, but it's an interesting theory. I liked the character moments in here between Steve Trevor and Superman. I thought they were very genuine to each other, especially when they were talking about him and Wonder Woman's relationship, saying Steve Trevor really appreciated the relationship because they thought they complemented each other very well. But Clark feels that it's a very difficult relationship in any way, shape, or form with each other. So, and it was great to see Steve Trevor, risk his life on the line for Superman, for somebody that he could particularly not care for because, hey, he took his woman away from him, So I thought it was a very well done issue. It's not like super strong like some of the other books I read this week, but still, it's a good read and it's improvement and it's heading in the right direction to where we want our Superman back. So after reading this one, I give this one a 3.75 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed it. It was a pretty solid book, and it was very action-packed, and it has me anxiously awaiting to see what's going to happen in the future. So, guys, now it's your turn to tell me what you thought of this issue in the comments below. And are you on board with this theory of Superman getting better, or you just don't care and you want your Superman back? So, fans, as always, thank you for watching Comic Book Corner 2.0. Until the next comic book review, check out Comic Book Corner Old School, where I review all kinds of classic comic books. And don't forget to check out my group channel, Comic Frontline. And again, fans, thank you for watching. And this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off. Take care, guys. See you soon. Bye.